This is the book of John, chapter 10, verse 10. The thief cometh not but for to steal and to kill and to destroy. And I am come that they might have life and that they might have it more abundantly. I want to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory. Call Halalim, La Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Arachakodash Rakatham. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone who taught me this truth. Peace and salutations to the Akim around the four corners of the earth, pushing the truth with faith and sincerity, risking their lives and their freedom to do so. Shalom to the Aqua, thinking Akim out there listening and learning. Lord willing, us inviting video. Shalom to the Israelite foreigners scattered abroad in the land of the other nations, looking like the other nations were subscribing to this truth. To you, I say Shalom. This is the brother Yahweh Sop out of the GMS Cleveland camp, a fellow servant, coming at you with a lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. This is my first video doing this week because last week I received my first strike. You know, it's funny the videos that they strike too, but then you got people that they, right now YouTube just doing what the fuck they want. You know, it's funny. I was sitting back talking to some brothers yesterday because to make up to follow the decree. I mean, of course, I created a backup channel, but I thought, like it said on the when they sent me the email that when you get your first strike is 7 days or a week before you can upload. Then I think the second one is 2. I'm not for sure, but when I went to go upload yesterday, it wouldn't let me upload. So I did some videos with the brothers to keep with the decree that the elder apostles put out about the 3 videos in a week. Because normally I do more than 3 videos. I said through the spirit I was gonna try and do at least a video once a day. Yeah, but it's funny because you got the elders going hard. Like the elder Yashawamba from Dallas. He do 4 or 5 a day. You know what I mean? So, but it was just through the spirit because I noticed when I got my strike, I went through something in the world. And we had that Feast of the Beast, and then you had Beltane on May 1st. And, I had something happen to me in the world, but I wasn't being circumspect like I should have been. I knew something was going to happen, but I didn't realize, and Satan is always lurking, you know what I'm saying? So anyhow, I noticed, though, after that all took place, when I went to work, because that's how I get through the plantation. I listen to the elders, apostles, listen to the men in the truth, the hopeful elect. And long story short, I was hearing, the elder Yashawamba, his page got taken down, deleted. Then the elder Kazak from Mississippi camp, his got taken down. And then when I looked at mine's got the first strike. So it's like the elder from Dallas, Ariala, he says like that algorithm, because it's all the Lord's algorithm, period. You know what I mean? So it surprised me and it didn't. You know what I mean? Because like when you got certain brothers catching hell with certain certain brothers got certain hills or certain lots that they catch hell in. You got some brothers that go through financial woes. You got some good brothers go through it with their family, or they I don't call her Eve. I call her my demon. You know what I mean? So you know what I mean? Like, and it's certain brothers that go through certain things. You know what I mean? That you gonna catch affliction some kind of way. But Salakia, that's like neither here nor there. Salakia for digressing. This ain't really a rant. I'm about to see, Lord willing, that I can upload this, but I did create a backup. Actually, I could create a couple of, it's like you say, the way Esau moved, like I said, he removed, like, I'll be watching that guy Richie from Boston because he does bring out good information. And the thing is, like, the Lord can use whoever to, do his will. So, like he said, he got a whole bunch of subscribers, but he doesn't get any money from it. So, and then if you pay attention to him, like, he catching affliction, you know what I mean? But he's still, pushing the truth. He uses the name Jesus Christ and all that, but, at the end of the day, the Lord can use him, not saying he an Israelite, but who's to say, at the end of the day, because he's sitting up there talking about certain things he say, we all sometimes have a slip of the tongue, but not of the heart, Lord willing. And, it's just certain things he say, so, but I listen to men in the truth, you know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, sometimes it rattles our brains why people can't get this, but then the scripture tells you that, the Lord is, only dealing with a select few and everybody not going to get it. to their destruction. You know what I'm saying? But anyhow, I want to do this video. I got a quick article. You know, now I'm trying to see if I'm gonna upload this, or I can upload this. So, Lord willing, is edified. Got a few precepts, but anyway, we're in Slovakia. I'm in Ohio. So this is an older article. Um, it's dated April 26, 2020. Now, Ohio or Cleveland, better yet, I'm from Cleveland. And, or I'm based out of Cleveland, and the camp's based out of Cleveland. And you know, Cleveland, when you go into basically, it's certain cities that got a Federal Reserve Bank. Los Angeles or California is one. I believe New York is one, and Cleveland is one. So at the end of the day, this contract tracing thing, you know, people don't even understand what this is really. You know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, people are going to be being snatched up. You know, they testing it out in California, but multiple people have spoken on this. This is just a test run. Esau likes to test run shit. You know what I mean? Test run. Then he gonna implement it throughout the whole country. You know. This is Fox 8 News. It says DeWine shares how contact tracing plays vital role in Ohio's path forward. And the thing is to show you how scandalous the devil is, and really how people are under a spell. Like he's coming with it as if like it's for your benefit, for your safety. You got people really believing this shit. Elder Malcolm literally made a statement. He was in a park. He said it's only like so many people in the park, and you got some people that was wearing a mask, some people ain't wearing a mask. But you got two people, like it was a couple, they wearing a mask, but they at least like 7, 8 feet apart, and is nobody else around. So why the fuck you wearing a mask? Or for instance, like I was telling the brothers when we did the video yesterday, I'm seeing people driving in their car wearing a mask. It's just them in the car though. So, you know, this is some heavy witchcraft, you know what I'm saying? Some heavy sorcery. You know what I'm saying? I just heard the elder from Dallas, the elder Yashawaba literally say like, it is power on the left hand side. But you know, the power of the right is far greater. You know what I mean? You know, they show you that at Star Wars. What do you think that is? You know, it's not coincidence that the Jedi were named after Solomon. Solomon's name is Jedediah, you know. But Salakia. Okay, so it says Columbus, Ohio. Governor Mike DeWine shared a graphic on social media Sunday morning, further explaining how contract tracing works. So it's going to show you that one person they're going to isolate. And they got this at my job already, you know what I mean? Like, you know, kind of job I have, we have like a government contract where they're building certain shit. So that's why I thought the Lord sent me there for a reason. They build certain shit for the military. So I got sick at one point in time. Now, when I went to the doctor, it was the flu, you know what I mean? But any flu-like symptoms, you know what I mean, can get you. So, you know, this is the time you better have some kind of, and I'm looking at this bitch, and when you know, it's an Edomite bitch, so I see paperwork, she bring it to me, she like, yeah, you need to sign off on it. So I sign off on it, but when I look up at it, after she left, I happened to look up, and on the paperwork it say COVID. I'm like, COVID? Now, the elder in our camp, the head, he sit up there and said that they use that as flu, but at the same time, what you gonna get is like eventually they're gonna have people going through all these different jobs to see who was sick, who wasn't. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, that's how I know it's all of the Lord, because the Lord allowed me to actually pay attention and be circumspect and see what's going on. So, you know, like I said, right now is the time to really be, you know, like circumspect and really like being close to the Lord. With that, because like I said, at the end of the day, he's making it seem like it's for your benefit. You know what I mean? Like he's saying, okay, boom, you were sick, so now you went to a household and you may have made everybody in the household sick. So now everybody goes out. Like for instance, I was sick, but then like I recovered from it, but then I went to the store. You know what I'm saying? To now they won't say, well, who all did you, or I went over a buddy's house. So you get what I'm saying? So basically, once they isolate me, Lord willing, it ain't me, but it's whatever the will of the Lord is. The Lord, they isolate me, then they're going to question, I guess, and who all was out around, who all lives in the household, where all did I go? And then they're going to go basically to those people to try and see, and test them and see if you been in contact, and then that's how they gonna get everybody. And the thing is now, mind you, if you like the Elder Apostle Tahar always brings up, you got to remember these are the same motherfuckers that put the disease in. You know, it's a such thing called the Tuskegee experiment. You know what I'm saying? They literally gave you the disease. You know, and like I said, that's the smooth words. I got a script real quick. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 55, verse 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. And that's this devil. You know, look at Donald Trump on being, you know, he's really not charismatic. Obama was way more charismatic in my opinion. But at the same time, he's not no dummy. You know, people up there really think that he's dumb when he made the statement about the Lysol shit. You really think that man dumb? I had to tell an old school guy, I say, man, listen, this guy lost $1 billion and then got all of his money back and more. How the fuck is this guy dumb? No, you dumb for thinking he dumb. It's just like when Bush played dumb. Bush Jr. was not dumb. He played dumb because when people realized because he really was the one that, I mean, they all worked in unison because it's all an agenda, but he really, when he passed that Patriot Act, it really solidified this whole police state shit. I mean, one day people gonna look up and be like, God damn, that crazy guy, those guys, you know what I mean? Like, but you know what? Some people so much in a slave mentality, especially our people, that you know, they just gonna like for instance, these people that's wearing these masks inside their own fucking car. You know what I'm saying? Like, then you got people so stupid they want to get the designer mask. That should be funny, man. Like, I mean, I got a mask because I got the feeling that one day they're gonna be like, oh, you got. I mean, you know, my nephew is in the service. He was in Texas. They pulled up on him about to take him to jail. He had to get up out of it. Told me I'm in the military because you know certain people ain't paying attention with the state's requirements. Like our state just literally made all jobs you got to have a mask on, but at the same time, it's about to be summertime. You know how miserable. Now my job requires you to. I mean, like I deal with like something that I don't want in my system like that. So therefore, I wear a mask anyway. But I'm not wearing that bitch all day. You know what I'm saying? Like if they get it to a point where we gotta have them going into, because it's up to the stores. I think, like depending on what store you're going into, they can require you to wear a mask. Just like some of these like little bodegas and grocery. I mean, not little like family operated grocery stores. Not the major chains, what I mean by little grocery stores. Because like the little corner stores or bodegas, like I said, you've had people, or like Family Dollars, you know what I mean? They not wearing a mask, they wasn't letting people in, you know. It ain't got to that point yet. I haven't experienced that yet. But Salakia, it says, the words of his mouth are smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words are softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. And that's how he's going to sneak in. He's telling you this is for your benefit and how to make everybody safe. But then at the same time, he's actually setting you up for failure. Master chess player, you got to remember. But at the end of the day, it's really not him because it's really the Lord putting those left hand. I mean, it's like the left hand of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's the Lord's will on the left hand side, and that's when you really get the understanding that it's not no hiding from it. Esau thing because he carnal. You know what I mean? The only way you gonna hide from this shit is, well, it ain't really this shit. It's from his judgment. Because at the end of the day, we all here to think about this, and people so fucked up in their mind. You literally seeing things out the Bible, and they literally saying it on TV like a famine of biblical proportion. Way too much. I just was in all these. I didn't pay attention when I was in there yesterday, but I just paid attention today. I don't think they got any beef. You know, they got chicken. Eventually, it's not going to be no fucking food. You know what I'm saying? Like, and people don't, man, and y'all ain't saying, I mean, I seen treacherous shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember when they was motherfucking siphoning people's gas out they tank. You know what I mean? Like, you get ready to go to work and go to your car, that shit don't even start. It's going to be Mad Max for real. So, Lakia, though, I don't mean to digress. Make this a rant more so than a video. But that's the point of contract tracing. You know, like I said, it says the governor unveiled Ohio's partnership with Massachusetts-based organizations Partners in Health during his news briefing on Friday. DeWine explained that the company is assisting the state with its contract tracing and efforts to move the state forward in its plan to reopen. And that just lets you know how they all in collaboration with one another. You got Massachusetts all the way up there, dealing with Ohio. You know what I'm saying? And then you don't even know how many other states they dealing with. So this is going to be on a wide scale. You know what I mean? Like they didn't do just like a China because at the end of the day, you Americans are pampered, but they also waiting for you to buck up. They letting certain motherfuckers come with them guns to them, those Capitol buildings or whatnot. But they got 1 million fucking reserve troops activated. You know what I mean? Like, go ahead and think you're doing something. You gotta remember these are the same people that burnt up Waco. You know what I mean? Branch Davidian, and David Koresh and shit. And then said that he burnt himself up. The Ohio Department of Health explained what contract tracing is with an example using a fictitious character named Bill. Bill shows signs of COVID-19, so he contacts his healthcare provider for advice. His healthcare provider instructs Bill to isolate himself and likely orders a coronavirus test form, which has the disease in it. Well, no, that's the vaccine. But I think it was an article over in the UK. They sent some tests over there, and the test literally had the disease in it. And that was just the spirit of the Lord revealing that. So I don't even want to take no fucking test. It's funny. All these people going to the hospital, then all of a sudden they get the shit. You got people immediately when they was worried about having the shit went and got tested, not knowing that like the test. Some of the tests had the fucking disease in it. Bill takes the test and receives results within a couple of days. If Bill tests is positive for COVID-19, healthcare officials will reach out to Bill to ensure he was isolating himself. They will also have a conversation with him about who he may have been in contact with, not only while he was ill, but also the 48 hours before he was ill. So they want to know who you was with before you got sick. Like what? Now mind you, they done said so much different shit. Like the fucking Surgeon General's on TV. 6 feet. And people, like when you really sit up here and understand, like a psychologist probably get this shit for real. Like if you understand how people being conniving, maybe that's what the Lord let you see both sides. I've been around some conniving people. So, you can literally see the bullshit of this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like you literally had the Surgeon General sit up there and say one totally different thing, but then you getting people beat up because they, like the Surgeon General literally said it don't matter if you got a mask or not. The mask we wear at work, them bitches literally tell you that them bitches don't even, them little cloth blue ones that they want $30 for 10 of them. Like the mask company make a killing and them bitches all shitty and shit. The strings break. This shit is kind of comical. Salakia, my mind jumping everywhere. Good. You can literally see the bullshit of it. Like he literally said that neither if you wear it or not, you still gonna get sick. Or you still got the possibility, or it's a chance you can get sick. But then yet still they're making it mandatory to wear a fucking mask. You don't see the psychological mind fucking that. The healthcare worker will determine who came into contact with Bill, how close that person came into contact with him, and how long that exposure lasts. But it also talks about how, that contract tracing, they're going to have individuals they're hiring right now to actually go and investigate this shit. And 9 times out of 10, probably military personnel. Like while everybody taking a beating, those that work for the federal government, they actually none of them got laid off. But they also signed their soul to work for Satan. You know what I'm saying? That's why when you had all those federal workers, when you had that nigga woman on TV talking about, please, Mr. Trump, open up the economy. Please, Mr. Trump, let's go back to work. Begging to be a fucking slave. Wow. Did that just say that? Siegfried and Roy, that's the first famous person I think I've seen that actually died from it. I'm going to check that out. So, basically, that's a lightweight ingenious move to actually get an opportunity to, because like I said, they already pushing for them to go door to door and try and test you. Shit, they talking about, like that guy from the WHO, the World Health Organization, he literally was on, the elder just did a video showing him saying, we need to go to door and snatching those out that's affected. And, they literally talking about coming in your house taking, they say your child is affected of this or positive of this. They literally talking about they gonna want to take your child, and it make more sense now. Like at first I didn't see it. I seen it just like when they was releasing all those criminals, or I ain't gonna say criminals. I'm gonna say people that were incarcerated, from jail. Some of them were criminals, but some of them wasn't. What the thing is, they threw in some real criminals in between that. Because I was saying, you might be in on a bid for 1 year, or you might be fighting a case. It might be something petty, you know what I mean? But yet still, you might got other shit on your record. But they released a lot of, like, they was talking about, they released not pedophiles, but rapists, all kind of shit at certain cities. And I assume they was just trying to do it for the purge. But in actuality, you're gonna have people's lot that to get locked up in there. Like, so at the end of the day, I got one last scripture. I'm gonna end this. Because at the end of the day, when they say peace and safety, then sudden destruction shall come upon them. Roughly paraphrasing. But I'm going to end the scripture with this in the book of Sirach, or Ecclesiasticus, of the book of Sirach, chapter 12, verse 10. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Never trust this wicked as this man that's your enemy. That's why you had the guy just in Georgia, just within the last week or two, they basically just got gunned down for running. And they not gonna prosecute them two people like that, them two fucking Edomites. I mean, take the time to think about this. Those people, if Jake would have did any of this shit, man, and it's kind of like I be watching this guy named Papa Duck. Now, he look like a 2/3, but he's not completely asleep. He be trying to use his little platform, because I guess he make music or something. He be trying to use his little platform to bring out the truth too, though. Sometimes he be hipping me on the stuff I ain't heard about. And, you literally seeing it in his face, though. He was upset about it. He's like, he couldn't even watch it because at the end of the day, they, like, some Jake kind of tired of marching. You know what I mean? Fuck marching. What marching gonna do? Because at the end of the day, you got to take the time to think about it. It's nothing like you wouldn't do if you was in rulership. They got you thinking there wasn't that many slave revolts, except for like a Nat Turner and a guy with the Amistad. But that's not true. It was a whole bunch of fucking slave revolts. They just not gonna tell you about it. I got a book on it right now. I think I'm gonna start a series on that. I got a book that I haven't even touched because there's so much stuff going on. But I think I'm gonna start a book on it. Because when you go into Denmark, Bessie, and all them type of people, they not gonna tell you about these people. And why would they? That's just like when you go into the movie 300. Why would they tell you that those men were Israelites and men of color? You know what kind of swag and what kind of, how big and poked out your chest. Why you think Esau so proud? He fucking controlled the media. He everybody. He the last samurai. He the Prince of Persia. He fucking he fucking the cowboy, the Indian. I was watching this old show with Kurt Russell. Kurt Russell was the Indian, a blonde-haired Indian. So never trust thine enemy. For like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Though he humble himself, even when he pretends to be like humble. You know what I mean? That's why they say in the kingdom that we gonna be actually able to read their mind. Because they'll act like they humble, they'll be doing the work, but they'll be plotting. You know what I'm saying? You gotta remember, he humbled himself when he came over to this land, and he basically did damn near about to die. He couldn't live on the land. He didn't know how to do anything. And what did Gad do? Gad came to him and actually showed him how to live. And what did he do? He snaked Gad for the fucking land. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. Thou shalt be unto him as if thou had wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust have not been altogether wiped away. Because even after, he done cleaned himself up, it's just like a bad, a bad seed, you know what I mean? Like a rotten piece of fruit. You know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, we was doing a video about it. Like at the end of the day, with all and how grand America's supposed to be, what this man wants, not just, it's like you got a pizza, you got a hamburger, you take a hamburger and split it in half. You know what I'm saying? You got half, he got half. He gonna try and figure out a way to get your half too. I mean, just an insatiable hunger. You know what I mean? And that just shows you how he truly is the wicked. You know what I mean? Motherfucker lying about this coup. You know what I mean? Like literally, motherfucking sit the people. And you got to kind of lightweight laugh at DJ Trump though. DJ Trump say, had nothing to do with America. He said, what? He looked at me right in the motherfucking face. Nothing to do with America. God, it's entertaining. So at the end of the day, like I say, don't think that this contract tracing shit is gonna be. I mean, people don't want people in their business now. I mean, it's beyond just. I mean, come on. When people used to get certain benefits from the government, food stamps and whatnot. But just imagine now, like I say, one state. Come on, this contract tracing shit. Why do you think they did the census? So enough with the rambling and the rant, because I ain't make it go that long. Salakia for that. But Lord willing, was edifying. With that, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Kol Halolim La Yahweh, Ba Hashem, Yahushua, Ba Hashem, Rachakodas Bakatham, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth and who rule well. Shalom to the Akwatin Akim out there listening and learning. Shalom to the Israelite foreigners scattered abroad. Until next time, Lord willingly, I'm able to do another video soon, and my page is uploading. Shalom, shalom, and Mawaf La Babor. Shalom.